Oh, my loves, it is gonna be a long one. I keep thinking to myself that I've really got to simplify. I've got to do, I need to mix in some simpler ones with the detailed ones, and then I get more detailed. But I love it. So maybe tomorrow I will put off what I was planning. Maybe I'll figure out something more simple for tomorrow. But before I get into that, actually, I wasn't kidding. This is a very long video. It's like 19 minutes long. And the program I'm editing in is usually the thing I edit gameplay in, and it's not very good about speeding up videos. Like, the thing I usually use for my art videos will let me speed it up 1,000 or 2,000% if I want to. This one is like, I'll go to 400% if you want, but if you want to go any faster, you have to do a whole lot of extra stuff. Like, it'll do it, but it gets real dicey. And I've already made this hard enough on myself. I'm already like, why am I editing these the way that I am? Oh, right. So, the point. Stick to the point, self. Stick to the point. The point is that in the lower right-hand side of the corner, yes, I did just hold my hands up in front of my face. I was like, which one is the L? I am one of those people, but I can keep my cardinal directions. You know, I can keep those straight. I just can't remember which is left and which is right. Genuinely one of those people. Okay, the lower right-hand side of the video, there's like a little gear icon, and if you click on it, you can change the video speed. So you don't have to watch this for the next 20 minutes, because that's an unreasonably long video amount of time. And if I didn't have this video cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Wow, this video is literally cut into 46 different sections because I kept having to, I cut out the bits where I dip my pen, because I have to redip my pen. I'm using a dip pen. Clearly I'm having to redip it every now and then, and that's what that blue cloth is on the side, by the way, because every couple of dips I actually fully clean the pen. So I cut that out, and I also was trying to avoid a potato disaster like the giraffe had, but maybe I should have just gone with it and deliberately recorded it sideways. So I didn't realize that that's my hair. That's my traitor hair in this video. I'm sorry. We're gonna get to my traitor hair. I'm coming back to you, traitor hair. I'm coming back to you. So I cut out me dipping my pen and cleaning my pen, because who really wants to watch that? I cannot believe my hair is such a traitor. And also, the angle of this one, I kept sticking my great big meaty paws in the way. So I can't believe my hair. I can't. I'm so angry. I'm not actually angry. I'm actually going to talk about anger if I ever get to the point. But, I can't believe my hair is such a filthy traitor. Yeah, so my hands keep getting stuck in the way, and, wow, that was a clicky K. My hands keep getting stuck in the way, and I'm trying to cut out some of the bits where, like, it's just hand. Hello, hand. So this video was cut into a whole lot more sections than normal, and they are normally cut into a lot of sections. The point is, I didn't speed this video up nearly as much as I wanted to, because I would have had to do, like, all of those sections, whatever number I said a minute ago, one by one, and then this particular program starts to repeat the video instead of crop it, so I would have had to go into each section and find out where it starts. Anyway, point is, lower right-hand section, there is a gear icon, so if you don't want to spend forever watching this video go so much slower, oh, bananas, I didn't edit out my arm. I didn't edit, bananas. Okay, maybe I'll come back and, no, I'm not just gonna leave it in. Just my, oh. Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not even gonna point out what I'm just. The point is, gear icon, lower right hand corner. You can click and speed this video up to 2. Oh, I'm so horrified. Oh no, I have to cut this out. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Okay, gear icon. You can speed the video up on YouTube 2%. 2%? Two times as fast as it currently is, which would get somewhat closer to the speed that I might have edited this to. If you spotted the problem, Traitor Hair, if you spotted the problem and you want an explanation in the comments as to why I am the person that I am, then I will explain it to you. But if you didn't spot it, I'm not going to point it out because I'm not going to edit it. Okay. So there, I've explained the gear icon. I have not said anything about the art except for the fact that I keep making my life more difficult. I will get to the art. My hair, that is my hair. That is my hair and my t-shirt. Showing up in this video. My arm, again, what is wrong with me? It's fine. It's fine. Don't care. I don't care. That's a lie. Okay, I'm extremely offended by my traitor hair. I'm slightly less offended by that curl there, although I'm pretty offended by that too. The humidity in the part of the world that I live in has been from like 90 to 98%, and that's when it's not raining. So I'm not surprised that when I was bending my head over, I had a very loose ponytail. I'm not surprised that I had some little wispies getting in front of the camera, but I'm so offended that they did. How dare you, hair? And then not only that, but the curl. I'm usually so good about making sure my hair is not pulled over my shoulder and is behind my back. I'm like, the Inktober I record tomorrow, my hair is going to be in a top knot, I swear, because how dare you? You were not invited to this video, hair, and you bad hair, you naughty hair. 7 minutes into the video, almost 8 minutes into the video, and I still haven't said anything about the art. The art. Let's talk about the art for a minute, because this isn't I just like to make my life hard on myself. Can't make it easy. Just have to make everything more difficult than it has to be. I really like this picture. Shocking no one, because I've liked every picture so far. I'm really proud of the body of work that I'm doing in Inktober so far, even though I keep amping up the amount that I'm doing, and I need to not do that because they're reaching a bit longer than is reasonable for a daily video. This is very silly to say, considering I spent the first 7 minutes of this video raging about my hair because how dare it? How dare it? I'm usually good friends with my hair. But I don't actually genuinely get mad very often. Like, salty, sure, I will be so salty about anything if you want, but it's a harmless salt. It's just like, it's just like having a little kvetch with your friends, you know? You just you let it out. It's healthy, it's fine, and it's not hurting anyone, and it's not reaching into toxic territories, and it's mostly critiquing, like, video game developers that I genuinely love their product, and I'm only salty when they do certain things because I love it so much, you know? It's an actual sort of, like, critique situation. So I very rarely actually get angry, and when I was younger I was actually really afraid to be angry or have like very negative emotions because I grew up with somebody who pretty much only had negative emotions, and I was so afraid of being that when I was younger, and I'm really grateful now that I'm in a much healthier place in my life where I'm like, yeah, cry. It's good for you. It's allowed. You are not, failing as a human being. If you cry, like, you don't have to just shut that up, because it's healthy for you to have emotions. That's a slight side tangent, but I very rarely like actually experience anger. And in the few occasions where I like get into a situation where I just feel so bad, I just have such a negative feeling in my heart and soul, and it's not even necessarily anger, but it is something that is caused by somebody else, usually like hurting me or making me feel bad about myself, because that happens. There's just y'all have families, right? But something that I do when I don't feel good, and I just like, it's such a bad, it's not a healthy feeling. Something I do is I will close my eyes and I will visualize a couple of different things. There's a couple of different things, but primarily I'm thinking of like that bad feeling in myself. I'm thinking of it as like these great big billowing clouds of smoke. And I listen to myself breathing and I exhale. Like, it's just sort of like a mindfulness of my own body that I'm doing, I guess, if you want to be less hippy-dippy or twee about it. But I'm going to be hippy-dippy about it. So what I do is I picture these like great big billowing clouds of gray smoke. And I didn't invite that into my body. I didn't grow that in my own heart. And I think that I just imagine that like filling up my lungs, and as I breathe out and listen to the sound of my breath like echoing through my own head, I picture the smoke or whatever it is leaving my body and leaving behind greenery, because I am very fond of plants, y'all might know. And the pictures, like the flowers here in particular, are dogwood flowers, which I've mentioned in a previous video. The little mini video about my avatar, I mentioned that dogwood flowers are really important to me. I think as we all sort of go through life, we end up with like a personal mythos. There's just a legend of who you are and what you've done and like the things that are important to you, and maybe somebody else doesn't know anything about them, and that's fine. They don't have to. And we all end up with these like symbols, or at least I certainly have, and most of the people I know have ended up with like certain specific symbols that comfort them or that make them feel better. And I certainly have a good handful of them. I really value them. They make me feel better. They are just like my own little personal talismans of my life that mean something specific to me. And the one thing that is part of the mythos of me, of Noelle or Arbor or Unicorn or however you know me, is dogwood flowers. So when I picture greenery growing inside of me, it's almost always like actual greenery and dogwood flowers. There aren't. I love sunflowers. Sunflowers are very important to several people, important to me. I love them. They represent a lot of things to my mother, to some of my friends, and I value them quite highly. There's a lot of flowers that I just really like, but the only flower that I can think of off the top of my head that blossoms in my soul is dogwood flowers. So you may have noticed that these like dogwood flowers, the blooms and the branches are growing like a shape of a lung, and it's silhouetted into the shape of a lung. I didn't draw the outline or anything. I didn't want to. I just wanted it to be... I'm in a silhouette sort of mood. This idea of a scene or images showing up inside the silhouette of something else started showing up in my sketchbook a couple months ago. I drew some whales with a field of sunflowers like cutting through the whale, And I had thought about making stickers of that, but I never really went for it. But then when I was sketching for Inktober, a couple of them just exploded, and they were like, I know you want to work on drawing full scenes and all, but instead you're going to draw some flatter, more graphic style silhouettes. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's where you want to go, that's where we're going to go. So that thing that I was saying that I do, where I imagine the smoke billowing out, because I think of it like I think of it as I have to let that go. I can't let whatever is causing that continue to fester like in my heart and soul, because then it won't, like the flowers that are like in my body and like in my lungs, they won't be able to continue to grow. They can't breathe with all that smoke. So it's just sort of like me mindfully choosing to let it go, whatever it is that's upsetting me, whatever it is that's like festering. I can't hold on to it. I can't carry that with me. I can't let that take over, because these things that I value so much need clean air, and I have to let it go. So that's something that I do, which maybe sounds a little bit silly, I don't know, but it helps me, and that is why I drew this particular piece. For the style, I didn't do the sketch itself terribly clean or finalized. I knew going into it that I sort of wanted to do sketchier lines with my pen. I have a hair that's on my Tumblr, for those of you who follow my Tumblr, that I had done those like sketchy outlines of, and I've never done anything else with it because I just loved those clean, sketchy, rough outlines, like almost like you're looking at it and your vision has wavered slightly. I knew I wanted to do that here, and as I was working on it, I almost think maybe I should have done this with a like actual brush and ink instead of the dip pen. I don't know. I feel like it might have offered a different feeling. I'm not sure. Either way, I do really like this piece, and now you know something that I do, which I wouldn't normally talk about. I find it very difficult to talk about. So anyway, that was the thought behind this piece. That's the reason why this piece came out the way it did. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. I give you kisses.